Hello everyone, Morgan here. So today I am going to talk about properly storing your batteries. I know that there's a lot of controversy when it comes to batteries, and mainly that people are like, well, whatever, if it says it lasts 10 years on it, then I can just store it however I want and it'll be fine. Unfortunately, batteries are pretty specific. They have to be stored a very specific way in order to actually, have that longevity of life. If you really want a proper 10 years out of, storage out of your batteries, then you really do need to store them properly. So here's a couple really quick tips. First of all, I really highly suggest that you get some sort of case like this. It doesn't have to be this case in particular. I got this off of Amazon, and I'll show you, I'll have a link down below in the description for a couple different cases that you can store your batteries in. But this one's been really nice. We don't have a ton of batteries. In fact, we have a few reusable, but mostly we have rechargeable batteries. And we have a charger, of course, but, we just got the Amazon Basics. I've tried a lot of rechargeable batteries, and I've found so far that the Amazon Basics are the best. Now, of course, everyone's going to have a different opinion about what type of rechargeable batteries are the best, but of course, rechargeable batteries have a shelf life, of how many times are you recharging these batteries. After a while, they simply won't be effective anymore. Now, that will be dependent on how often you charge them. If you're charging batteries every week, these are going to go down pretty quick. Pretty quick. It could be a year, could be a couple of years, could be a few months. It really depends on how often you use them. So, there's really no kind of definitive answer on that, but just know that after a while, rechargeable batteries will need. All right, so one of the best ways that you want to store batteries is in a cool, low humidity place. So if you have this like in a safe or something, and you have like a dehumidifier in your safe, that's a really good place for them. Otherwise, just keep them in a low humidity, cool place. Always store batteries indoors, and never store batteries inside the devices. This is a headlamp that I had in my bug out bag, and honestly, this headlamp was only in there a few months with batteries in it. I know better not to store batteries in devices, especially when you are not using them. However, what happened was that it got corroded. It was in a cool, dry place indoors, but it doesn't matter. If it's being stored inside of a device, it could very easily and very quickly corrode. So make sure that you are storing batteries outside of your devices. Never store batteries inside of your devices if you are not using them. This is why I always suggest that if you have flashlights or batteries at home, such as for blackouts or anything like that, store the batteries next to the flashlights, but don't store the batteries inside of the flashlights. So when you go to grab a flashlight, you're grabbing the flashlight, quickly inserting the batteries, and using the flashlight as you will. If this ever does happen, you can take a Q-tip with some alcohol and clean all this up. Really clean up all the connectors and everything so that everything is nice and clean. And it should work again. I'm not going to say it will 100%, but it should work again. However, that could really damage your flashlight, and you may actually need a new flash. And that's also for the instance of if you have anything that takes batteries in your bug out bag, get home bag, whatever. Keep these batteries. There are little plastic cases that I'm going to put down below in the description as well. Little plastic battery cases that are really great for bug out bags or anything like that. I've done a review on them before. Little plastic battery cases that are easy to carry inside of your bug out bag next to the flashlight. Do not store it inside the flashlight. And then make sure that bag is stored somewhere in a cool place with low humidity so that it prevents corrosion. Of course, batteries can still corrode. Even if you've done everything perfectly as you're supposed to, they can still corrode. I've come and checked my batteries after I've only had the batteries for a few months, and they've been corroded. Usually that's from being in the original box. I've never seen any corrosion from this container once we started putting them in this container. So my suggestion is to always check your battery at least every 3 months. Every 3 months, check your batteries, make sure everything is okay. If they're corroded, immediately discard them. Try to clean, like especially if they corrode in here, try to clean the area as best as you can. You know, take this out. This whole foam thing can come out. Take that foam out, you know, take whatever out, clean wherever it corroded, and then, you know, replace it with new batteries. But you definitely want to be checking those batteries at least every 3 months. Put it on a reminder in your calendar. We want to take care of our batteries because, quite frankly, who wants to spend money on batteries, especially when they've gone bad and you haven't even gotten the chance to use them? So properly store them in a cool, low humidity place in a nice little organizational container like this, or any of the ones I've listed in the description. And please, if you don't regularly use the flashlight or whatever electronic device that you have batteries in, do not store batteries in that device. Thank you all so much for watching, and I hope you like this Back to Basics episode, and I will talk to you guys tomorrow. Conquer tomorrow, or preparing today. Talk to you all later. Bye-bye.